Hey guys, Phil here, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about crushes, or at least old crushes, that kind of keep on creeping into your life that you just kind of want to not think about, or maybe you do want to think about, because there's always that thought that if they're still alive, then there might be some chance. But in reality, crushes, you see them in a limelight of, hey, you only see the good stuff and you don't really see the bad stuff. And it's something that you got to consider that, especially if it's somebody from your past, from a long time ago, and you just gotta cut it off, and you just gotta replace all those kind of feelings with other things in your life that are grounded, like your family, your husband, wife, children, just anything that's a little bit more personable to you. And I mean, it happens to all of us. We all get crushes on people just every now and then, and we have attractions to people. That's just part of life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just if you act upon it, then it can be either good or bad, depending on what happens, or what your situation is. If you're in a relationship or you're completely committed to somebody, I'm not, so, I'm pretty kind of wide open on that field, I guess. But, basically, I've just been having these dreams of old girls, old women that I had crushes on, and I'm just kind of like, why in the heck? And we'd end up talking and explaining things and talk about different stuff, and it seemed like a really good thing. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I really kind of wish I still kept in touch with that person. And it's like, no, 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 no. That's the wrong path. You gotta let that go. You gotta cut that off. Because if you don't, it's gonna get to you, and it's gonna cause a problem in your real relationships, because those can't really be real relationships unless it's somebody that's actually giving back, and it's not just a crush. It actually is not a relationship, but at least some sort of a friendship in a way. There's got to be some sort of a connection there, right? So I'm no expert in love. I'm no expert in relationships. I haven't been in very many relationships. I just know that this was something on my heart to talk about, and just mention that, hey, it's just best to move on sometimes, maybe most times, because, you can't just act on every little whim or every little, what am I trying to say, attraction, or every little crush that you got. That just happens. And, eventually, hopefully you found the right one for you, and they found you, which is also a blessing. And, it can be hard. It can be very hard to actually find somebody in the real world that connects with your personality, and you share the similar interests, and you both trust each other very well. I think trust is a big thing in relationships, at least, maybe not even romantically, but just friendships or any relationships with family. Just trusting people is a big thing, and it can be hard to do that, especially if somebody you just met, or even a crush, for instance. That's somewhere where you actually want to trust them, but you really shouldn't fully. You never give people like your full undivided trust. I'm sure you guys know this, but you know, I've just learned not to give all of my weight and trust into somebody, and to say that, hey, that's everything that they're going to say, and everything that they are is good, and I can check that off and say that it's good. No, you got to kind of trust and verify. You got to kind of do your own research too, just to make sure, because they might be wrong, not intentionally. Most of the time it's not intentionally. Maybe they are intentional. In that case, they're a douchebag. But, um, you know, most of the time, in my experience, people really mean well, and, they're not trying to swindle you. But there are people out there that will try to swindle you. They're out there, so you gotta keep an eye out for those kind of people, but just use some common sense and you should be good. So anyways, this has been Phil, and what do you guys think about crushes? What do you guys think about my take on relationships? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.